Hello and welcome to the Google Cloud Weekly Roundup, your go-to source for the latest and greatest updates from across Google Cloud. I'm your host, Alex, and we're here to break down the first week of September 2025, and what a week it has been. We've got major announcements for Kubernetes users, powerful new AI capabilities in BigQuery, and some fantastic quality of life improvements for developers and database admins. Today on the show, we'll be covering first, our headline story in containers. Kubernetes 1.34 has landed in the GKE Rapid channel, bringing some game-changing features. We'll also dive into a big update for Google Distributed Cloud and a major shift in how GKE Enterprise features are packaged. Next, a huge batch of updates for data and AI. BigQuery is getting a major boost with new ML embedding models, disaster recovery options, and a ton of usability improvements. We'll also touch on new capabilities in DataProc. Then, we'll talk databases. Cloud SQL is making it easier than ever to scale and protect your instances. Spanner is simplifying data import, and Query Insights for Firestore and Datastore is now generally available. And finally, some exciting news for compute and security. Cloud Run gets a much-anticipated feature for AI workloads, and we'll cover updates for Secret Manager, Cloud Build, and more. It's a packed show, so let's get right to it. All right, let's kick things off with the world of Kubernetes, which saw the most action this week. The big announcement is that Kubernetes 1.34 is now available in the GKE Rapid channel. This is a huge deal for those of you on the cutting edge. Two things in this release really stand out. First, GKE nodes are being upgraded to Containerd version 2.1, which means faster image downloads and better performance. Second, there's a new public preview for the Vertical Pod Autoscaler, or VPA, called In-Place or Recreate mode. This is fantastic. It allows VPA to resize your pod's CPU and memory without always having to restart them, which means less disruption for your services while still optimizing costs. Now, with new versions come important changes. If you're using GKE Dataplane Vi2, be aware that the CNI spec is being updated to version 1.1.0. Please note, action is required here. If you manage your own CNI plugins, like a self-hosted Istio, you'll need to upgrade them to a compatible version to avoid any issues. Next up, for those running workloads on premises, Google Distributed Cloud for VMware has a new version, 1.33. The biggest change here is that all new clusters are now created as advanced clusters by default, and any existing clusters are automatically converted when you upgrade. This unlocks some powerful new features that are now generally available, including a new vSphere metrics exporter for better visibility into your VMware environment, support for VM host affinity groups so you can control exactly which physical host your cluster nodes run on, and my personal favorite, automatic node resizing for your control plane, which adjusts CPU and memory on the fly based on your workload. And one final massive announcement for GKE users. Google is restructuring GKE Enterprise. This is great news. A ton of advanced features are now included in the standard GKE offering at no additional cost. This includes the Fleet Dashboard, Config Sync, Policy Controller, and Connect Gateway. Some other features, like Service Mesh and Binary Authorization, will remain standalone paid products, and your billing will transition automatically. This move makes GKE more powerful out of the box for everyone. Let's move over to the data and AI space, where BigQuery just got a massive infusion of new capabilities. For all the AI and ML engineers, you're going to love this. You can now create remote models in BigQuery ML based on open embedding models right from Vertex AI Model Garden or Hugging Face. We're talking models like E5 and other state-of-the-art options. You can also now use the new Gemini embedding 001 model directly. With these, you can use the familiar ml.generate embedding function to create vector embeddings right inside BigQuery, which is perfect for building Gen AI applications. On the data platform side, a few features have hit general availability. First, BigQuery now supports soft failover with managed disaster recovery, giving you a powerful new tool for business continuity. Data preparation also got easier. You can now flatten nested records with a single click. And for you observability fans, the reservations timeline view now includes per-second details on capacity and auto-scale usage, giving you a much more granular look at your spending. Rounding out our data news, Dataproc now has multi-tenant clusters in preview. This allows multiple data scientists and engineers to share a single cluster securely, running their workloads in isolation. It's a great way to improve resource utilization. It was also a great week for our database administrators. Cloud SQL, Spanner, and Firestore all got some love. First, a feature that will make a lot of people happy. Cloud SQL Managed Connection Pooling is now generally available for MySQL. This is a huge deal for scaling applications that open a lot of connections, as it optimizes resource use on your instance and prevents it from getting overwhelmed. And here's a fantastic safety net that's been added for Cloud SQL for MySQL, PostgreSQL, and SQL Server. You can now configure your instance to take a final backup when you delete it. No more accidental, "Oops, I deleted the production database without a backup" moments. You can even enforce this across your organization with a custom organization policy. Over in the world of Spanner, it's now easier than ever to get your data into a database. You can now import data from CSV files, MySQL dumps, or PostgreSQL dumps. Spanner is also providing sample datasets to help you explore its more advanced capabilities like vector search and graph queries. Finally, for Firestore and Datastore, the very useful Query Insights tool is now generally available. If you've ever wondered why a query is running slow or which queries are costing you the most, Query Insights gives you the metrics you need to diagnose and fix performance issues. Let's wrap up with a few key updates across compute, security, and the developer experience. For serverless fans, this one is for you. Cloud Run now supports configuring GPUs in your worker pool. This is in preview, and it unlocks the ability to run GPU-accelerated workloads like machine learning inference and data processing in a fully serverless environment. This has been a top request, and it's finally here. On the security front, the Secret Manager add-on for GKE now supports automatic secret rotation, which is now generally available. You can configure it to automatically detect when a secret has been updated in Secret Manager and push the new version to your pods. It's a simple way to improve your security posture. And finally, a small but delightful update. Cloud Build now supports Dark Theme. For all the developers working late into the night, you can now rest your eyes. Just head to your preferences in the Google Cloud Console to turn it on. Of course, as with every week, we saw a host of updates to the Cloud SDK client libraries for languages like Go and Java. Be sure to check the release notes for all the details on those. And that's a wrap for this week. From Kubernetes 1.34 and serverless GPUs to smarter databases and more powerful AI and BigQuery, there's a ton to explore. As always, you can find links to all the official documentation in our show notes. Thanks for tuning in to the Google Cloud Weekly Roundup. I'm Alex, and we'll see you next week with more updates.